watching Bumper to Bumper.
Ever since I was a child, I've loved automobiles. My father drove a V8 Dodge, big old shiny wheels. To him it was just transport with little to endear. But that old car would set the course for me throughout the year. Bumper to bumper, we love them old cars, be it Ford.
Okay, Shane, g'day, and welcome to Bumper to Bumper. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm going very well. How could you not be good at MotorEx for 2019? Now, we've got a 1964 E.H. Holden, but it's a stunner. The paintwork on this is immaculate. What is it?
It started off a Honda colour, off a Honda motorbike.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just played around with that a bit, and that's been the result.
All right.
Yeah.
So has it got a specific name or not?
Nah.
You just call it red?
Yeah, just red.
Okay, well, it's a beautiful looking red. Now, you got some stuff hanging out of that bonnet. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, the bonnet's got 722 horsepower, 400 Chev, 671 blower, and yeah, it's had a fair bit of work done to it.
All right. And what made you go so much horsepower?
Just wanted a good, reliable motor, and that's where it ended up. Yeah.
So that's reliable.
Yeah, it's been reliable so far, so it's been pretty good.
All right, so you actually get that on the road?
Yeah, I get it down as much as I can, but yeah, try to get it out fairly often.
Oh, that's great. Now, how long have you had the car for?
I've probably had the car about 25 years,
Yeah.
26 years, and it's only been rebuilt 4 years. 4 years ago we started it and finished it 12 months ago. 2 years ago, sorry.
2 years ago, okay. So when you started to do the resto 4 years ago, what was the condition of the car?
Well, it was an old knockabout farm ute that we had.
Yeah.
And I always had intentions of rebuilding it, but yeah, I've got 3 others, so this was a 4th in the line.
Yeah.
And just 4 years ago I decided I had everything I needed for it, so I started putting it together and working on it.
Right, so you did all the work yourself or farmed a little bit of it out?
Yeah, me and my brother done all the work on the body.
Yeah.
And all the modifications and whatever, and then a good mate of ours, Trev Monty, painted it for us.
All right. Now, what are some of the modifications that are done on the body then?
Rear wheel tubs, made them 5 inches wider each side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a new flat floor right through it, and just detailed it, and like the engine conversion. And yeah.
Beautiful. Well done, mate.
Yeah, thanks for that.
All right, and what wheels are you running on this?
Shot American Racing.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
nice wheel.
And interior?
Red leather.
Oh, yeah. Red leather matches the car.
Yeah, it all blends in well.
Yeah. All right, well, Sean, I want to say, Shane, sorry. Oh, Shane, not Sean. Shane, I want to say thank you very much for being on Bumper to Bumper. And it just looks fantastic. It just gleams and just, it really looks stunning. So well done, mate.
All right, thanks
Cheers.
for that.
I didn't build it as a show car. I actually built it as a car. I mean, some of these cars you look here are beautiful, but you'd never drive them. They're just sort of trailer queens.
Yep.
But I like to use it. Or I built it for one of my little girls, so basically that's her first car. I'll give it to her. And we use it, and that's it. Like after this car show here, we'll go do the Red Senators. We'll try and defend our title there.
Yep.
And after that, it's drag challenge and whatever else. Just get into it, yeah.
Looks like you're going to be looking forward to doing that.
Oh, I really am. Yeah, drag challenge is something I really want to do. I always wanted to do it after I heard about it about 18 months ago. Everyone started talking about it a lot. It started to get around. It's starting to get a lot of publicity now. So, and we did it last year with a couple of mates. Went down and followed along, just watched it. Yeah, I'm ready for it. I want to go do it. Racing against some pretty awesome cars, but the the people that you meet there, it's just great. Everyone helps each other. It looks like a really good community sort of event. Yeah.
No, that's fantastic. Now, the paint scheme on this is a little bit different than what you would normally see a show car, and I'm talking about the grey, and then you've got some stripes on the side as well. I actually think it's a standout because it's something different.
Yeah, well, with the paint, I mean, I've copped it off everyone. That's why we call it primed in the end, because everyone said it was just all primer. Did we just put some clear on it, blah, blah, blah. But I can assure you there's a lot more hours gone into it just than that. But no, we made the colour up just out of, we had some white in a can, then we just kept pouring black until we sort of got the colour we want. That'll do. And we called it 50 Shades of Grey, so we made our own colour. And and then I like it. I really like it. I like the colour. I think it's nearly come up perfectly how I thought it would.
Yep.
And I've had a lot of good feedback on people. Yeah, there's things you change here and there, but basically overall, I love it. Yeah, I really do.
No, it was well done. Well, I want to say thanks very much for being on Bumper to Bumper. Yep. Awesome looking car. Yep. Hope you do well this weekend at MotorEx for 2019.
No worries. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
I'm here with my 65 Thunderbird convertible, been fully restored to concourse. Bought it out of California quite a few years ago, back in the early 90s, and it was an absolute wreck when I got it.
Yeah.
It's taken me a little bit over 16 years to get it back to this stage, and it's my pride and joy.
All right. Do you do the rest day yourself?
Most of it, myself and a very close friend of mine, Barry Haley. He's the magician with T-Birds, and between the two of us, this is the end product. It's a 390 4-barrel carburetor with cruise-matic transmission, power steering, electric windows, air conditioning.
It's got the works.
It's got the works, yep. It's got a complete hydraulic and electric sunroof, folds back into the boot. So everything's, what you see is exactly the way it came out of the factory, other than right-hand drive. Back in the early 90s, we couldn't drive left-hand, so we had to convert it to right-hand drive. Hit the road in 14th of January 2005. Yeah. It's won quite a few awards, I must say, but we're all proud of it. The kids are proud of it, my wife's proud of it, so yeah.
All right, how have you been enjoying MotorEx for 2019?
This is my first year here, and I tell you what, it's a real eye-opener. It's great, absolutely great. I hope I'll be here next year.
All right, mate. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for being on Bumper to Bumper. Love your T-Bird, and happy cruising.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Bumper to bumper, we love them old cars.
We're the Northern Gal Kill Power crew, and we're here at MotorEx 2019, and you're watching Bumper to Bumper.
You got your beautiful HQ wagon, mate. A lot of work and detail has gone into this car.
Very long.
Okay, tell me about the car.
I've had it since '97. I bought it off an ex-GM manager, and it was pretty clean when I got it. No rust in the usual suspects, the rear window. Full bare metal respray, come out from the factory with GDS guards, had a small block in it, which is like the same motor. Basically, every part is hand machined, and there's so much to see underneath. Literally thousands of parts, all polished by myself and fabricated. The only thing I didn't do on this car was paint it.
Right.
Built the engine, built the tranny, built the diff, and obviously people on the way helped me out, like Eugene from Flowcraft. We worked out what I wanted to do with the engine, and I basically did all the head porting, engine modifications, and made a nice 450 at the flywheel, just run in.
Yeah.
Turbo 400 for 4.5 torque converter. Pretty much the interiors, I've kept it stock, but there's so much to see. Even the original Trimatic shift has been modified. 3.7s at the rear end, 4-wheel disc brake. And when they get underneath, they go, you know, this is insane.
Now, are you insane? I mean, there's a lot of hell of a lot of work that's gone into this car over many years.
Exactly.
Right, so you must love this car.
Well, I love machining things, and obviously
Is that your background?
Yeah, I'm a machinist by trade and I do other things. I do a lot of tool making and I'm involved in engineering all the time. I've got a small shop at home which I do custom fabricate for certain people.
Yep, okay.
I just wanted to keep it that sort of era,
Yeah,
if you know
okay.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I didn't want to go big rims. I wanted to keep it so people could say, well, yeah, it's more of a period correct type of look. But with this car, I haven't modified any of the original mountings.
Yep.
It can go back, if I wanted to, tomorrow I could strip it all apart and put it all back to original.
Yeah.
Nothing's been butchered or modified.
Yeah, okay. Well, mate, it's a beautiful looking wagon. Well done to you and the hard work you've gone into to preserving this car and making it your own, which is fantastic.
Thank you.
And obviously, the dedication to the car and classic cars is fantastic. Well done, mate.
All right, thank you very
Cheers.
much.
Okay, Leanne, g'day and welcome to Bumper to Bumper. How you going?
Very well, Rusty. How are you?
I'm having an excellent day here at MotorEx. Now, sitting behind us is your car, which is 1980 VC SLE Commodore.
That's correct. That's
All right,
correct.
now, you've got specialised number plates on this car. What is it?
Girl Talk.
All right. Now, what does that represent in your mind?
Quite a few years ago, I was an active director of the Australian Women's Motorsport Network.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
It is, yeah. It's a really full-on name, and AWMN was started for all women to be involved and to encourage each other. But one thing we found is that girls that saw that it was competitors mainly on the page, they sort of felt like, oh, I shouldn't join the page.
Yeah.
So I wanted to throw around some ideas with the other directors, and we came up with Girls Talk, TORQUE.
Yep.
So we have a website, girlstalk.com, and the page is for any woman who might love cars but can't afford to financially have one,
Yep.
or might just have a nice street-driven car that they love, or like V8 supercars, or they might do tractor pulls. It doesn't really matter. It's just a place where any woman can go and have a conversation. They can follow other women in motorsport in all forms.
Yep.
And so when we sort of got Girls Talk started, I went to Vic Roads and got the number plate Girl Talk.
And that's good because it's carrying more people who might be a little bit timid to actually get into classic cars or any motorsport. Because they think, well, I really don't know much about cars, but at the end of the day, you learn. That's why you're in a group and you get to know and understand people who are like-minded.
That's right. If you're joining a car club or you get into racing, there is always a good group of people around you who will give you information, they'll give you guidance. It's always trial by error and a little bit by fire sometimes. But you try to surround yourself with the best people and find the best information, and then hopefully from there, you really start to enjoy yourself.
All right, so just for one more time, what was that website?
It's
Or
www.girlstalk.com. We are on Facebook as well, so look out for that. We do hero cards, we have anti-bullying programs and things as well. So yeah, please check it out.
All right, fantastic. Well, on that note, well done, and thank you for being on Bumper to Bumper.
Thank you very much, Rusty. Thank you.
Okay, Peter, g'day, and welcome to Bumper to Bumper. How you going?
Very well, very well.
Okay, we're here at MotorEx for 2019. You've got your 1971 XY GT replica. How long have you had the car for?
Close to 20 years.
20 years?
Yes, close to 20 years, yes indeed. About 4 years ago it started. The car was Monza Green, and I bought it in very, very good condition.
Yeah. Now, for the people at home, when you're taking your car to show, obviously you put a lot of hours in it. How many hours would you be putting into it?
I don't know. It's
Days, weeks?
Days.
Days,
Yeah. We put days in it. The detailing.
To show the car actually must make it really difficult because you're driving it all the time.
It is, but we spend a lot of time before and after each drive. So when we come home from a cruise night, we'll put it in the garage and go over it. That way, you keep it clean, maintain it at a high level. It's easier to keep black clean.
Now, what about the engine? 351?
No, the engine's now a stroke 440 small block Ford.
Yep. Okay.
In excess of 800 plus horsepower. 100% pump fuel, street roller, so Yeah, it behaves. It behaves.
Mate, it's an awesome vehicle.
Thank you. We enjoy it. It actually drives really well. It's got upgraded suspension, upgraded huge wheelwood brakes, and that makes it enjoyable to drive as well. So it's got some modern handling and brakes, which,
Well, I don't want to put too much of a moz on the Ford guys with the GTs, but obviously that was an issue back in the early 70s when they were racing around Bathurst.
Yeah, I think the brakes were pretty average in 1971, but...
All right, mate. Well, I want to say, Pete, thanks very much for being on Bumper to Bumper. Best of luck for the weekend.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. All the best.
Hi, I'm Chris. You're here at Ford Capriciation 2019 and you're watching Bumper to Bumper.
Okay, Chris, g'day and welcome to Bumper to Bumper. How you going?
Very well, thank you, Rusty.
That's good. Now, good to
Thanks
hear
for joining us.
Mate, it is a great weekend here in Albury for the 2019 Ford Capriciation. You brought your 1984 Ford Capri here, mate.
Yep.
It's a stunning looking car,
Thank you.
black, looking dark and mysterious. But tell me a little bit about this car.
All right, so yeah, 1984 2.8 injection.
Yep.
Cologne built in Germany for the English market and imported out here, I think, about 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
A guy called Lionel Stingers owned it in South Australia. He was fairly famous in rallying there, and unfortunately he passed away, but his son sold it, and the synchronicity, my folks had passed away and this was their last gift to me. So yeah, I bought it myself, but so it means a lot, and it's just a beautiful example.
All right, so how long have you actually owned the car for?
I've owned the car for 3 years.
Yes.
It was exactly what I sort of always wanted, and I just happened to log on to the internet one night and there it was for sale, and it was just meant to happen. So yeah,
fantastic.
I jumped on it.
Right, and it was in this condition when you got it?
Correct, yeah. So it's all original. It's been painted in its life, that's it. So everything else is original. Wheels, interior.
Yep. Now, with the car itself, did it actually go out and rally?
No. The guy that brought it out here was into car rallying. He had escort rally cars, and he brought this as his driver.
Yeah, okay.
So to keep it in the Ford family and to have as a nice cruising vehicle. So yeah.
Now, what have you wouldn't have done anything to this car then, just to maintain it?
No, just maintenance. Some new tyres, that's about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, what drew you to Ford Capris in the first place?
Oh, when I was younger, I just loved them, the V6s. I had an old 1971 V6 GT and absolutely adored it. Loved the sound, loved the look of them. A really beautiful looking car.
Yeah.
And they maintained it through the different series. It's I just fell in love with them back in the day and had some. Didn't have some for a long time, and then this one came along again. So
right, so it's reignited the passion for your Capris.
Absolutely, and it's fantastic when you drive them. People look at them and they stop, and like a lot of older cars, but they get a lot of attention, and it's great, and it's beautiful to cruise around. It's very comfortable to drive in.
And obviously, it brings it back to your youth, I suppose, and puts a couple of years younger on you.
Absolutely.
Classic cars actually help mental health in a sense of your well-being.
Absolutely, they make you feel good, and I'll take it out in any weather too. If we want to go for a drive, we just off we go. So it's not a precious car. It gets filthy. Just give it another wash, and she comes back up sparkling. So
that sounds like a good idea. Now, how are you enjoying the weekend here in Albury for the Ford Capriciation for 2019?
It is fantastic. This is a beautiful part of the world. I love Albury. The weather's been really on side with us.
Yes.
We had a cruise yesterday down to Beechworth, and there was a lot of cars there, and it was just seeing them on the road, and it's fantastic. So the setting here in the park is gorgeous. A lot of people around, a lot of interest.
And have you seen so many cars or Capris in one spot?
Never, ever. It's almost like a kid in a lolly shop when it's your favourite car, and there's so many of them here, and so many beautiful examples. I mean, I like mine, but there's some beautiful cars.
There are. No, it's a good exhibition that's been put on for the public here today at Albury. All right, Chris, thank you very much, mate. All the best.
Thank you very much, Rusty.
Right, cheers.
Cheers.
bumper to bumper. We love them old cars.
I'm Kelly,
And I'm Fane.
and we're here for the Ford 50th Capriciation in Albury 2019.
And we're here watching
Bumper to bumper.
Okay, Kelly, g'day and welcome to
Hi.
Bumper to Bumper. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Now, we're here for the Ford Capriciation for 2019. You've got a piranha,
I do.
and it's not a fish.
No, not a fish.
All right, so what is a piranha and what sets it from other Capris?
There were 500 of them made, and they're imported from South Africa,
Yes.
and this is number 209.
All right. Now, how'd you get your hands on this car?
Someone had imported it back in late 90s,
Yep.
and he was doing it up to enter it into Targa and sold it. And I was the lucky purchaser.
All right, so what got you into cars in the first place and also this particular car?
I've had 4 Capris. This is my 4th.
Oh, okay.
First one was a GT V6, which I bought when I was 19.
Oh.
And then 3 more after that. And then this one.
Well done. Now, what was the car like when you've got it?
It wasn't running, but the paintwork and so forth was done. The interior wasn't complete, no brakes, so we got it finished, put together, and then spent sort of 4 and 5 years ironing out all its problems.
Yeah. That's a few
Now it
years to iron.
runs.
That's a few years to iron out some of the problems.
Yes, it was.
What was that?
Overheating.
All right. Now, what's the car running now?
Still got its original 302 Windsor modified.
Yep. And what do you do with the car? You take the car shows, of course, but what else?
That's it. I enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay. Get out and drive all the time.
Once every month or so.
Yeah,
Don't take it too far.
Yeah. And I've got to say, I love the colour scheme. It's coloured black and yellow. Corporate colours for Bumper to Bumper, but also the Mighty Tigers in AFL.
Well, I don't go AFL.
No. Well, you're from New South Wales. What do you go for?
Nothing.
Oh,
I don't do
I would at least say Kane.
I can't.
No.
And then the other colour they came in was red and black.
All right. Now, what are some of the other things you've done in interior-wise for this car?
It's got a full roll cage in it, but
Yep.
that was all in it when I purchased it.
Yeah.
And we basically just did the carpets and all the door trims and assessed it all, put it all together.
All right. Now, how have you found your weekend here at Ford Capriciation here in Albury?
We had a lovely weekend.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yep, beautiful.
Great to see some beautiful cars out here today.
It's nice to see there's still that many around.
Yeah, it is. All right. Well, on that note, I'm going to say thank you very much for being on Bumper to Bumper.
Thank you.
It's in all honesty, it's a beautiful car.
Thanks very much.
All right, cheers. And welcome to Gone in 60 Seconds. How are you going?
Good, thank you.
That's good. Loosen up a bit there, Kelly. Don't be so nervous. All right, now Gone in 60 Seconds is where I ask you 10 questions and you've got to answer in 60 seconds. Are you ready?
I'll try it.
All right, let's go. First question. If you were a superhero, what special power would you have?
God, invisible.
All right, why is that?
Because that's what I'd like to be right now.
Good answer. All right, now, I think I already know the answer to this one, but what is your dream car?
I own it.
That's it. And what's that?
A Ford Piranha.
And it's a beautiful car. Well done. Okay, question number 3. If you were reincarnated as a spare part for a car, what would it be?
A horn.
You realise you just said that, don't you?
Yes.
Now, why would you want to be a horn?
Loud and boisterous.
Yeah, oh, actually, very good answer there. What was Holden's biggest selling car?
Holden?
Yeah, Holden.
Oh, God, I don't know.
All right, I'll help you
A
out.
Commodore.
No.
Oh, Kingswood.
Well, nearly near the Kingswood.
What was it?
HQ.
There you go.
Right, okay. Now, name the make and model of the car that won Bathurst in 1967. I'm going to give you a
Well, it
hint.
would have been a Falcon of some description.
Yes, that's correct.
But I don't know which one.
All right, Ford XR GT.
There we go.
All right. Now, thinking back to when you were 18 or 20 or 22, what was your best pickup line?
I didn't have one. I waited for them to pick me up.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There's a lady of confidence. Now, do you have a question for me?
Are we finished?
Yes. All right, Kelly, you've been fantastic. Thank you very much for being on Bumper to Bumper and Gone in 60 Seconds.
Thank you.
Cheers. Okay, folks, that was another episode of Bumper to Bumper, the classic car TV show that's all about
People,
power.
passion.
I'm Rusty.
I'm Ella.
Good night.